Welcome back to Next Bike World, where we dive deep into the world of two-wheel innovation and explore the latest in motorcycle evolution. Today, we're taking you into the realm of one of the most iconic and timeless motorcycles completely reimagined for the modern era. This is the 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC, a bold fusion of retro charm and cutting-edge performance that proves small bikes can still pack a serious punch. Whether you're a city commuter, a collector, or a daily rider who appreciates legendary design and Honda's unbeatable reliability, this version of the Super Cub is built to impress. The Super Cub has long been the cornerstone of Honda's global dominance. Since its debut back in 1958, it's been more than just a motorcycle, it's been a cultural symbol. Over 100 million units sold worldwide, and it still continues to evolve. But this isn't just any Super Cub, this is the HRC edition, tuned and trimmed by Honda Racing Corporation, and for 2026, they've injected this little machine with racing DNA, refined engineering, and next-level urban capability. Let's break down everything that makes the 2026 Super Cub 160 HRC such a compelling ride. Starting with the heart of the beast, under the iconic curved bodywork lies a 160cc liquid-cooled, single-cylinder, 4-valve engine, a significant upgrade over the previous 125cc model. This engine is derived from Honda's proven performance architecture seen in other models like the PCX 160, but here it's tuned specifically by HRC for sharper throttle response and enhanced mid-range torque. You're looking at a power output of around 16 horsepower at 8,500 rpm and 14 Nm of torque peaking at 6,500 rpm. That might not sound like much on paper, but when paired with a curb weight of just over 120 kilograms, this Super Cub becomes incredibly nimble and sprightly around town. And here's the kicker: it's not just quicker, it's also more refined. The CVT transmission has been replaced with the 6-speed manual gearbox, giving riders direct control over the power band. This is a huge nod to enthusiasts who want the feel of the traditional ride without sacrificing everyday usability. Shifts are buttery smooth, and the clutch action is impressively light, making it ideal even for newer riders. Now, performance isn't just about speed, it's also about stability, braking, and control. The Super Cub 160 HRC boasts a revised frame geometry, with an HRC-tuned suspension setup that includes telescopic front forks and dual rear shocks, both calibrated for better damping and reduced dive-under braking. Speaking of which, the braking system gets a serious upgrade too. You've got the 220mm front disc with a dual-piston caliper, and a 190mm rear disc, both supported by a dual-channel ABS system. That's a major leap from the previous drum brake setups and gives you confidence whether you're zipping through traffic or cruising at higher speeds on the weekend. When it comes to design, the 2026 Super Cub 160 HRC is a masterclass in blending nostalgia with modern aggression. The classic step-through frame, the swooping leg shields, and the unmistakable silhouette are all retained, but now they come dressed in exclusive HRC livery of white, blue, and red graphics with subtle carbon look accents. Even the badge work is different, with the special Super Cub HRC emblem embossed on the side covers. There's even a numbered plaque on the frame, giving each unit a touch of exclusivity. Up front, the LED lighting setup is more angular, giving it a sharper visual identity while maintaining that traditional round headlamp motif. The rear tail section is slightly more streamlined, and both the front and rear fenders are now made from lightweight composite materials, saving a few extra pounds. The 14-inch cast alloy wheels are finished in gunmetal gray and wrapped in grippy low-profile tires that provide great traction without sacrificing the plush ride quality the Cub has always been known for. Ergonomically, Honda has reworked the seat padding and the rider triangle. You're now sitting a little more upright, but with a slight lean-forward angle, which makes city riding more active and engaging. The seat height is set at 780mm, which is still accessible for most riders, and there's ample room for a pillion rider thanks to the extended rear seat design and integrated grab handles. Tech-wise, the Super Cub 160 HRC is surprisingly well equipped. You get a fully digital LCD instrument cluster, displaying speed, RPM, gear position, fuel level, and even trip data. There's Honda Smart Key System integration, which includes keyless ignition and remote lock, unlock features. You can also connect the bike to Honda's Ride View app, which gives you access to ride analytics, service reminders, and a GPS tracking function, all accessible through your smartphone. There's even a discrete USB-C charging port tucked under the seat for added convenience. Fuel efficiency has always been a Super Cub hallmark, and despite the increase in engine size and performance, the 160 HRC maintains impressive economy. You're looking at an average of approximately 60 kilometers per liter, depending on riding conditions. That translates to over 300 kilometers of range on a full 5.2-liter fuel tank, making it a fantastic daily commuter, especially with current fuel prices. Let's talk about price. The 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC is priced at approximately $4,699, depending on regional markets and taxes. It sits at the higher end of the small bike segment, but when you consider the unique combination of design, performance upgrades, and HRC heritage, it's easy to see the value proposition. You're not just buying a scooter or a step-through, you're buying a piece of racing-inspired legacy, wrapped in commuter practicality. But what really makes the Super Cub 160 HRC special is its character. It's a celebration of Honda's past and a nod to the future. It retains the simplicity and friendliness that made the original Cub so beloved, but adds enough modern power and performance to satisfy even seasoned riders. It's the kind of bike you can ride to work during the week, carve up mountain roads on the weekend, and proudly show off at your local bike meet. It brings generations together, from classic enthusiasts who appreciate its heritage to Gen Z riders drawn in by its retro-futuristic charm. From a competitive standpoint, it doesn't really have a direct rival. Sure, there are performance scooters in the 150-160cc segment, but none of them carry this level of emotional weight or motorsport pedigree. Bikes like the Yamaha NVX 155 or the Aprilia Senior GT 160 offer tech and speed, but they lack the timeless styling and cultural footprint of the Super Cub. The 160 HRC stands on its own land. It's sporty, it's classy, and it's fun in a way that few bikes manage to be. So, who is this bike really for? It's perfect for urban riders who want a dash of racing DNA in their everyday ride. It's ideal for riders upgrading from a 110cc or 125cc scooter looking for something that's not only faster but more fun. And for collectors, the HRC badge and limited run production make this a very tempting addition to any serious garage. It's a bike that's practical enough to ride daily but rare and unique enough to turn heads wherever it goes. At the end of the day, the 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC is more than just a two-wheeler. It's a tribute to Honda's unshakable legacy, now evolved for a new generation. It takes the spirit of one of the world's most loved motorcycles and reimagines it through the lens of performance and modernity. If you've ever wanted a small bike that punches above its weight in every way: looks, power, comfort, and attitude, this is the one you've been waiting for. That wraps up our full breakdown of the 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC. What do you think of this little legend's modern transformation? Would you consider one for your garage or a daily commute? Let us know down in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a ride with Next Bike World. Until next time, ride safe and stay curious.